Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are. Welcome to this Sunday session on products, about health and solutions to some of the challenges that we might have. Today, my name is Dan Odero, a member of Neolife. I have been a distributor for a while in Neolife. And today we'll discuss some aspects about health that may be of some areas that may be of concern. We'll highlight some of the areas that we can consider. One of the things you need to also probably keep in mind that we are not professional medical people, and you don't need to be part of Neolife. Neolife has got a background of scientists, and the information we pass here is some of the information that the company has made available and also has a scientific advisory board that has passed the information that we share today or every Sunday that we meet. A few of the things we share is from experience. I've been with the business for the last almost 29 years. And over that period of time, I have learned and come across things that can be helpful to many of us, and some challenges that we go through, and things that Neolife has helped. Today, we're going to discuss the respiratory tract challenges. And something about respiratory tract, and why we chose this topic for today is because it is a challenge to a lot of people. The respiratory challenges, where people suffer from allergies. Just a few years ago, just 5 years ago, we had the COVID pandemic, which is still affecting us now. And a lot of people are getting colds, flus, and other allergies that at times, even if of course, always the best, if someone is sick, you always need to consult a doctor. But there are also things that you can do, which sometimes it doesn't warrant you to go to hospital, but what can you do for yourself? How can you help? If it's serious, of course, seek medical advice. But the things we can do on a day-to-day basis, that we can ensure that our health, things that affect us, things like allergies can be managed. And we are fortunate to have the background of Neolife with us, and that helped us go through, work on these challenges. I'll go straight away to my presentation today. And once again, I'd just like to reiterate, to be a part of Neolife, you don't have to be a medical professional, but we have information, we have the backup of the company, a group of scientists that no other company has, a scientific advisory board that is sitting active and works on things that are helpful for us, because one of the aims of Neolife is to have a healthier lifestyle for everybody. So we go straight into our presentation for today, and that is your health. One of the things that we consider is health is your greatest wealth. What would life be if you have all the money in the world, but you are sickly? Sometimes we think about other things more than we think about our health. And we do things that affect our health a lot. But this is one thing that we need to be cognizant of. Realize that health is a great wealth. It doesn't matter how much money you have. If your health is good, everything else then works out well. Now we go on to the first consideration about health. What are the things that ensure that our health is good? How do you maintain a good health? What are the basics for health? And the basics are, first of all, have some rest. So those who think about working all the time and always trying to earn as much as it, work every time of the day, do not forget about rest. Rest is critically important to maintain good health. Second thing, exercise. Exercise means basic workouts. You just a workout. Some people go to the gym, good. If you cannot go to the gym, does not mean that you're lost out. But exercise can be done in the house. You can do some stretches in the house, walking, exercise, at least thrice a week. At least do something. Exercise that keeps your body active. That keeps you healthy. And if you're not doing that, say, how can I do more of that? Some things you can consider is maybe instead of going everywhere, probably with a vehicle, maybe you walk some places. You take a lift. Instead of taking a lift, you walk upstairs. Do some basic exercise. If you can get a gym, good, go to a gym. If you can't, at home, what exercise can I do? There's a lot of information about exercise on the internet, working on the spot, but exercise is important. The third thing that is important for good health is the diet. Critically important for good health. Now you realize that all these things are things that we can do. These are things that we are able to take charge of. We can rest. We can take how much time we rest by making good choices, exercise, and diet. So once we know that, then we can start considering what is your health status. What your health status is, how it should be. When we are born, and you look at the graph there, 0 to 100%, there's vibrant, there's tired, and there's sick. Now, when we are first born, we're at 100%. We're vibrant. You see how babies' are very active. They move around a lot. Not much is affecting them. So they're active. So we start off life at a vibrant stage. Until we are teenage, we are also vibrant. Many of us are fortunate to have that vibrant lives. But with time, the human curve goes, we go from vibrant to tired to sickly. And then at that point, some people say, hey, it's better that it's difficult to be alive any longer. But so if you don't do a few of these things, you go from vibrant to tired when you have a lot of stress, when you start working, a lot of stress, or not even working, we mean school, stress, you're lacking sleep, less and less sleep, little exercise, you're gaining weight, you begin to become tired at that level. And if it goes on for so long, then you're going into things, you get sickly. If you don't take care of these things, it's too much stress, you don't have enough sleep, you don't do exercise, you're not managing your weight, you're not doing things that are active, you start having a problem with your sickly, things like cholesterol, you have a problem with cholesterol, you have a problem with strokes, heart attacks, arthritis, sugar problems, and that's the sixth stage there because we are not managing our health as we should. We're taking things for granted. We're not active enough, and this becomes a problem. Your health status, and this is what it is. So your health status, as we go again to it, it's 100%. Life expectancy about 80. People live 80 and 80 plus. Now, to be vibrant, and vibrancy, we try to keep it as much as possible when you're a child, but if we do the things well, if we eat well, if we rest enough, if we exercise, and we're doing the right things, we can be vibrant for a long time. The tired state, have less of it. How can I avoid that state? Sickly stage, make it to the minimum. If I get sick, I see a doctor or I do things to get me back to be a vibrant stage. And this is how it goes. When you're young, vibrant, when you're tired, sickly as we get older. But it doesn't have to be like that. Things that affect us, those dietary facts, because one of the main things about our health also is what we eat, the things we do on a day-to-day basis. 95% of things people eat, and many people fall here, lack nutrients. And some of us are guilty of that. We eat things that are pleasurable to us and lack nutrients. We're too busy to put a good meal aside. So 95% of people eat things that lack nutrients. 75% of people then also consume the incorrect foods, foods that are not good for you. And what are those foods? Processed foods. They are tasty, but they don't give us any benefits. And if you do that for a long time, you begin to affect your health. Then we go into a few things. We're talking about respiratory health, allergies, and these are a few facts that we have. Lung disease, causes and types of common conditions. Most people take effortless breathing for granted. When you're breathing, we take it for granted. We don't think about it. When your lungs are healthy, they expand easily into your chest cavity as you inhale, taking vital oxygen for your blood and deliver throughout the body. Many of us take this for granted. We're breathing well, we take this for granted. And it's only until we start having problems. Two types of the respiratory diseases. And this one of them is obstructive and one of them is restrictive. The two types that are a problem. And these conditions, obstructive lung disease, involved blocked or narrow airways, making it difficult for lungs to exhale, exchange all air for fresh air. Some of the conditions that we find ourselves battling with, and people find themselves battling with, is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. And this makes airways and air sacs less elastic, inflames the airways walls, and clogs the lungs with excess mucus. Is the third leading cause of death. Okay, so some of the conditions that people might have. Asthma is also another one. Also caused by reactive airways disease, involves inflammation of the airways, usually in response to triggers such as pollen. They're allergic to something, pollen, dust, cold weather. Like now it's raining outside where I am. I don't know where else, how many people are also having that rain there. Changing weather, cold weather, stress, or chemical fumes. Some children outgrow asthma. They might be born asthma, they can outgrow it. So some people have asthma, they can outgrow it. However, asthma may seemingly go away temporarily, only to reappear and later or persist continuously. So some things, if you do a few things, few changes, it might, some people it disappears, some it stays on. Then there are things like bronchitis, causes abnormal widening of the airways, making it difficult to rid the lower airways of mucus, phlegm, and raises the risk of infection. Another condition is cystic fibrosis, and it's a genetic condition that causes mucus in organs, including the lungs, to become thick and sticky. Respiratory complications include infections, inflammation, and respiratory failure. So these are some conditions we might suffer from. And when you have some of these conditions, it is advisable, don't start looking for alternatives, go to a doctor for proper treatment when it comes to this. Restrictive conditions, restrictive lung conditions are lung disease, reduces the volume of air in the lungs, can hold the lungs, can lose their elasticity or the ability to expand. Pulmonary fibrosis, scars, stiffens the lungs, tissues, restricts lung movement and functions. Sarcoidosis is a rare condition that can arise in different parts of the body. Sarcoidosis involves the growth of tiny inflammatory cells and may affect number of organs and often the lungs. Lung cancer affects the lungs in multiple ways. Tumors, they block airways, fluid. And this is some of the things of lung cancer that when someone gets it. Now, infectious conditions like pneumonia, infectious conditions are usually temporary, although some respiratory infections can become chronic. These are temporary things like pneumonia is lung infection, most commonly caused by bacteria or viruses. People with chronic respiratory conditions like the COPD, which we talked about before, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, are more vulnerable to develop pneumonia. Tuberculosis is bacterial infection that affects the lungs and other parts of the body. TB can be inactive or latent for many years. So you might have been living with TB and you don't know. Coronavirus, commonly called COVID-19, acute respiratory illnesses in humans caused by coronavirus, capable of producing severe symptoms and in some cases death. We had a lot of people who passed away because of COVID. And even now, the threat is still there a little bit, although it's passed on. What we must consider when you talk about this is why are we talking about these things? Some of us are not affected, but you might know someone else who is. It's good to know what are the causes of these diseases. It's important to know. You might say it's not affecting me, but it's good to know, to avoid, to prevent. Good to know. So some of the causes, smoking is a leading cause of lung cancer, the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and it can worsen asthma, trigger attacks. Secondhand smoke, you might not be a smoker, but secondhand smoke can also be a problem. Environmental air pollution, autoimmune diseases, certain conditions, scleroderma. This is some of the things that are causes of genetic fibrosis, asbestos, chemical carcinogens. These are all causes of, and in some cases, even our diet. The symptoms of these things, how do I know I have them? Shortness of breath, persistent cough, wet cough and mucus. Sometimes we have these things and we go and take medicine over the counter, or instead of going to a doctor, we don't take it seriously. But this is some things you have: dry, non-productive cough, chest tightness, wheezing, rapid shallow breathing, hoarseness, recurring respiratory infections, fatigue, running nose, body aches are all symptoms of having a problem. One of the questions we must ask ourselves, what can I do to strengthen, and what can one do to strengthen your respiratory health? It must be a concern, because it might be affected, not be affected now, but what can I do? Or what can I help somebody else, some of my family or friend, to strengthen that? And it's one of the things to say, how to keep the lungs healthy. And there are a few things that we can do. Ginger, take something like ginger. Some of the things you can have in our diets: ginger, relax the body, drinking plenty of water, keep indoor plants, exercise regularly. These are some of the things we can work on. Yeah, we can work on some of these things. These are things we can actually start taking steps to at the beginning. And this also, in many cases, have been found to help. Consider this, and this lifestyle pyramid, not done by Neolife has taken, but this is the World Health Organization. And they said it is important, the basic healthy nutrition lifestyle pyramid should look like this. At the bottom of the pyramid, physical activity for weight management. Your exercise, we talked about before. Are you exercising? Are you doing enough of this? Second thing, eating. Am I having enough whole grains in my diet? Do I have enough fruits and vegetables? Less protein and very little fats and sugars. Is this how my pyramid is for health? And this is what the Neolife Health, as I said, this is what it is. I mean, we're looking at how do we have somebody healthy for a longer time. The pyramid should look like this. The typical, unfortunately, the typical thing we find that in recent days, people have less physical activities. They don't have a lot of whole grain. They don't do a lot of whole grain. And they don't have enough protein. They have too much protein, a lot of fats and sugars. Don't worry too much about this event. This all the recording will be shared. So all for those who are asking, the recording will be shared. So just listen up, and then later on you can look at the recording and go through it once again. But this is what the typical is, and you can think about it for yourself. How many people rather don't do a lot of exercises? Whole grains they don't do, they have more processed foods. Fruits and vegetables are sold out at hospitals a lot of times, not where people buy them. And they have a lot of protein, too much protein, fats and sugars, processed fats. It's a common thing. What kind of foods do we eat on a day-to-day basis? And you can see in the picture there, somebody eating a lot of fast foods, which are not bad, but if it's a common thing you're doing too often, it can be a start of the problem or one of the causes of the problems you have. And what is the solution? How do you turn this upside down? How do you change the way things are going? Well, Neolife said it is time to reverse the trend because it has been a trend. By 2030, studies had shown that chronic fatigue and disease will count for almost 3 of 4 of the deaths in worldwide organization. This is some of the studies that was done. And it is a true thing nowadays. Yeah, it's very true. You find that has been a problem. Neolife was built on a vision and a belief. The founder of Neolife actually went because he was suffering from asthma. Because his mother gave him she gave him remedies that worked. He started looking out for companies that actually enjoyed companies that were having products that were helpful. And this is one of the things he says, we make success happen when we get out there, take chances, set our goals and work towards them. When we put the consistent energy in getting where we want to go and to create the success that people consider luck. Founded in 1958, Neolife was founded in 1958. Behind Neolife and behind it is a scientific advisory board, active board. No other company has got a scientific advisory board around the world today. Neolife is the only one which had. The founder of that board was Dr. Arthur First, passed away in 2005, but there's an active board still active to date. And this is some of the scientists who are behind the science for our products. There are many people who sell supplements out there. There are many areas you can get supplements, but how effective are they? And why would someone choose Neolife as compared to something else? The scientific advisory board is one of the reasons. One of the first products that was produced and one of the basic ones for health, and this product was produced back in 1958 because at that time when we had the Industrial Revolution, people were moving to cities more. Food processing became a thing because to feed millions of people, you had to process foods. And essential oils or essential nutrients from the grains were being removed. And this happened, we found people suffering from chronic fatigue. When you eat too much of processed foods, there's something called lipids and sterols that help the cell wall become healthy. If you don't have enough of the lipids and sterols, you have an unhealthy cell. And with an unhealthy cell, nutrients don't get in properly, toxins don't get out well. And then you begin to have problems, you begin to have more challenges. Now, the product that was produced, 3NN, helps feed cells, energize the cells, increase the cellular energy production, optimize membrane function. Neolife, again, is the only company that has this product. No other company has the product as this one. And this is a basis for all supplementation, the 3NN, to make sure that what I'm taking gets into my cells properly. Second thing that also Neolife has and a patented product was the carotenoid complex. Carotenoid complex clinically proven to boost the immune system by 37% in 20 days. And carotenoid complex has a power of 115 kilograms of raw fruits and vegetables in every bottle. The world's first whole food carotenoid complex. In fact, in one of the engagements we had with the scientists, they were saying the US government asked Neolife to provide them with some of the carotenoid to use in their studies to see how it works and see the benefit of it. They used this in the studies. The US government went there, WHO went and said, let's use some of the products in the studies because the products are effective. One thing you can say about products from Neolife, they are effective. And I'll tell you about one of the stories because before we go on, I've had 2 or 3 people come to me and say, my doctor has recommended I take something. And I went and got it in the chemist. But when I went back to the doctor, he asked me, why aren't you taking? Because it was not showing up in the body. And one of my customers did that once, came back and said, I'm not getting enough. She was not getting enough folic acid. And she went and bought folic acid. And when she came, when she went to the doctor for a checkup, he says, you're not using it. And she said, I am. When she came now to me to ask, what do you recommend? I said, take our Formula 4, which is a 3NN plus vitamins and minerals. And in 2 or 3 days, the benefits have. So this is it. We can say that the products are effective because they work as they say they do. Another product that we have from Neolife is the Salmon Oil Plus, which is balanced, has all the nutrients that we need, clinically tested and ultra pure, a new chapter in the omega-3 science. And it has all these products, the ALA, this SDA, ETA, electron. So it has the whole family of omega-3 supplements in it. Very good also then for helping with our respiratory tract. Then you have got a multivitamin and mineral supplement, which is essential vitamins and minerals, complete, balance, proprietary blend and added iron. The WHO estimates that 66% to 80% of the world population may be iron deficient. Now in the multivitamin and mineral that we have this vitamins and minerals in them. So one of the solutions you have for Neolife, you say, I need to get all these things. I need to turn this around. We go into, then you say, then you have your Pro Vitality Pack, which has got all the 3 things we have talked about, your 3NN, your carotenoid complex, your omega-3, and your multimineral, which helps to turn around the pyramid. And you get what you need. What are the benefits of using your Pro Vitality Pack? And think about your health, your respiratory health, abundant energy, powerful antioxidant protection, lifelong heart health, optimum immune system strength, brain function, flexible joints, clear sight, youthful hair, skin. These are all the benefits you get from that using the benefit of Pro Vitality Pack. And you're definitely then working on taking some actively using getting into helping your respiratory tract. Another fantastic product then to use is the herbal respiratory formula. And this is a herbal formula that helps people with fighting allergies and helps people also with tract. Those people who have challenges with asthma, this is a fantastic help. And then you add on things like vitamin C, your all C, your super C. It helps combat illnesses, injuries, infections, flus, colds, and flus. And then your NutriShake, your Neolife shake that has got all the 22 amino acids that builds up and gets you allergens that have helped you to clear and fight any of this thing that you might have a problem with. So herbal respiratory complex, you can add on the formula, you add that on. All C, you add this on. Your shake also helps with the allergens. And good for the whole family. Everybody can benefit from it. A few things they can also add on to that to boost your immune system is garlic allium complex. It's a natural antibiotic. Zinc also helps you. Chelated zinc also helps with boosting the immune system, clearing colds and flus. I have, over the years, and I've tried and tested personally and with also other people, I've seen zinc help clear colds in 2 to 3 days. And also is a healer. Zinc works extremely well. So someone who has got a challenge there, zinc is some. In fact, they say if you're going into a hospital, one of the things, if someone's going for a checkup to a hospital, take a boost of zinc before and a boost after. What do I mean by a boost of zinc? A high dose up to more than you can take 6 to 10 tablets a day for a few days, or 2 or 3 days. And that's a health boost. So then it enhances healing. And that has helped a lot of people. In fact, I've had people who had very bad colds, myself also. I use zinc to help with colds and flus, helps also healing. I remember using it and helping my father who was in the hospital. One time he was sick, and my father's about 80. Good healing because of using zinc. And then for children also have the things they can use, the All C, which is chewable, the liquid vit is a liquid, and then there's a Vitus Guard, which is the equivalent to the carotenoid complex, which also helps with your tract, your immune tract, also helps very well. And then your Vitus Squares, chewable, that children can use with your NutriShake. Very good for children. So for children, do not wait. You don't have to worry about what my children take. In fact, when they go to school, when they're dealing with friends, this will also help you with that. As we're talking about nutrition also, respiratory tract is also affected by the things we use in our home, the cleaning products. How many times we use something in our homes and it affects us? You find someone cannot breathe well because of some of the chemicals they're using there. At times when you're going, I remember when you're doing you're doing painting or they're doing some cleaning an oven, sometimes they say, take a bit of milk to clear out the poisons. Some of the things we use in our house. Neolife, besides giving you supplementation, also gives you products that help you clean, are economical, and are safe. Very safe in the house. You will not have a problem of allergies and other kind of problems have in the house. If it went into the mouth, all you do is water and it clears very well. So this is some of the things I was thinking about. Besides saying what supplementing, what foods am I taking, how is my environment in my house? What am I using in my house to clean? Very important. Use the right products and you save yourself almost half the problems you'd have with allergies. Super 10 heavy duty cleaner, light duty concentrate, LDC, the softener, the G1 laundry compound, never is a pure soap, will not cause any allergies and rashes. And also very good in using it in machine wash. These are the things you can actually do because besides what I can put in my body, how is my environment being taken care of? Plus, you're saving also. Saving in your pocket also gives you less stress because you've got a little bit more money in your pocket to do many more things. And every time you're buying products from Neolife, you're investing in your own business, you're investing in things you do on a day-to-day basis. Every month in, month out, we shop for products which we cleaning. But how many of these things benefit us in our home? Not only health-wise, but also financially. The clinic products do. One of the studies done, 25,000 penguins were actually saved. The largest wildlife rescue operation in history relied on LDC to clean 25,000 oil-soaked penguins Cape Town, South Africa. The only company that compromised something that helped was Neolife. Helped save 25,000 penguins. Other things that you can use, and you can also use like pure aloe vera goodness. If you've got rashes, allergies, those kind of things you rub on, aloe vera helps there. A very good cleaning product, bath and shower gel, you can also use. And this is some of the things that in the long run, they add up to helping. There are many other products that help with Neolife, that help in other areas. Targeted products for bone and joint health, for stress management, for sharper mind, for weight management, for heart health, energy, for digestive and immune health, for sugar levels, for men and women's health, fertility. There's so many other things that Neolife has. Today we are focused on things for respiratory health and what can help you. And this is the products we have discussed over here. As we're closing off, and one of the things that we can always, as we're considering, the things we can always consider as we go along, besides the products that we use, and if you needed like any more information, one of the things that is out there, a lot of information is available and can be shared by the distributor who brought you in. It's like information about the products. The herbal respiratory formula. You don't have to be a scientist. If you say, I need to know more information, if your service provider says, give me more information about that, the doctor says, I'm skeptical. These are things that are available on our site. The distributors here have got access to this. And you see the explanation there, which is done very well. Yeah. Why choose a herb for support respiration? And the things that they talk about there, because herbs have been proven effective from centuries of use. And there are many more points that are gone there because herbs have been shown to restore the body's balance and help the body perform at its vital best. The company has got information readily available for anyone to go and see. So you might see, so someone might say, if someone is saying, I am doubting, here is information. And at the bottom of all the information is the scientific papers that have been done on it. The jargon there, so you're talking to a scientist person, so you don't have to be a scientist. The jargon you have there is all written in there, the information. The more you want to learn about it, you can go and read about the comprehensive formula. How was it selected from many global traditions? How was this thing being produced? These details are all written there, readily available for anyone to come across them to see. If you're here for the first time, turn to the person who has invited you. Ask them, where can I get more information about? How can I get the product? How can I learn more about it? Remember that the things about health is something we cannot toy around. And ask yourself the question, and ask a friend your question, what am I doing to take care of my health? What am I using? What is out there available for me? The products are available for all of us, and this is what we have available to help us keep our health well. Neolife offers us a solution to the challenges that we have. And the solutions are out there and they are readily available. And through the distributor who got you, you can get the products. So one of the things also about the products and the business, Neolife offers a business. Besides using it for yourself and changing your habits, taking care of your health, Neolife offers you an opportunity to build for personal growth, share the opportunity with others, share what we have, and that this will be discussed. We have a presentation on Mondays where this is discussed more. The benefits of getting involved with Neolife, besides getting products at a discounted price, very good quality products, you have things like personal growth that you will get, personal growth, leadership development, international travel, retire healthy and active, build long-lasting relationships, and residual income. Not everybody you share the opportunity might become a distributor like you. Some will just be consumers. You might have some customers, but you'll get some people who also want to change their lifestyle a little bit, take care of their health. So you get a few sellers there. You get a bit of who are business builders. And with the support from Neolife, like the support we have here with this Sunday talks, we help you to build your business. This is something that you can do. Why not? And there are many other businesses out there, but this is a business you do the things you do on a day-to-day basis. Every day we buy products for cleaning. Every day our health is something we take care of. And if we do that actively, if we do that actively, then we find that we can build a business because we start finding something that we are investing on our own health. Directly affects us, helps us directly, helps those around us. And you can do it on a part-time basis. You can do it alongside anything else you're doing, because every day we use something in our household to take care of our health. It is something we have to have a concern of every day. So getting into a business that has products backed by science, by a scientific advisory board, very good quality. When we start doing that, we start investing on health because we start saying, I get a product that I'm sure about that can help, that I can share with others, that I can go and find information about and I can get support on. Consider this very seriously when you're thinking about something else I can do on the side. Some of us might say, I'm not a business person, but this is something that we all can do. As a hotelier, I myself am a hotelier and I do other business, but this is something that is a part of my life as we go along. And we have got people in fourth generations who are doing business. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our presentation. The presentation has been recorded. We will go through the things that you need to learn about. If you need to learn about it, go through it again. But turn to the person who has invited you for this Sunday presentation talk. They will share with more information about, they've all got a site you can share it, how they can get products with. If there's anything unclear, please reach out to them and ask about clarification or what can help me more. But do not spend another day having a challenge and not doing something about it. Health is our greatest wealth, and the thing we need to do is find the company, which we have now shown to you, that can make sure that your life and those around you is healthy, happier, and an opportunity to build a business that can last. Neolife has been around for the last 60 years in 50 different markets around It's an opportunity second to none. Thank you for your participation here. It's been great sharing with you. I look forward to meeting you personally and meeting you once again the next Sunday as we have our second talk. So tomorrow we'll have a presentation by one of our leaders on how the business works. Invite friends there and make a difference in your life. Thank you. Have a good afternoon, the rest of the week. Goodbye and good afternoon.